How to Draw a Samara, a book by Priyanka Agarwal Mehta. Mama, I have to make a portrait for school, Samara said as she sat down for dinner. That sounds interesting. Whose portrait do you have to make? Probed Mama. Myself! And all my classmates should learn 5 things about me from it, explained Samara. Wow, what a great idea! So, what 5 things will you draw? Asked Mama. Maybe that I wear glasses. But 3 other kids in my class wear glasses too, muttered Samara. I'm sure you can come up with other things to draw. Should we do some research? What's that, Mama? It means to look for information by asking questions, reading, or performing experiments. Are you ready? Asked Mama. Yes, ready, Samara shouted and ran off to gather her art supplies. What's got you so excited, Samara? Mama laughed. I love learning new things. There you go. That could be the first thing to tell your classmates about you. What have you enjoyed learning recently? I loved coming up with ways to make tents, said Samara. Yes, if I can't find any pillows in the house, I know you have taken them for your tent. There, that can be the first thing you draw. What should be the second thing, Mama? Asked Samara. Why don't you ask Grandma and Grandpa what they like most about you? Asking others is another way of doing research. Samara was delighted to have a new game to play with her grandparents. She entered their room and announced, "Both of you need to tell me something you love about me." We love that you're kind, generous, and loving, Grandpa gushed. Samara blushed at his compliment. She picked up an empty carton lying on the floor and started to fiddle with it. Grandpa, you can't just say, "Oh, Samara, you're kind and generous." I'm doing research. Please give me an example. I will use it in my portrait. Grandpa replied. When you go to a store, you buy presents for your sister and all of us before you buy anything for yourself. Is that a good example? Samara beamed at Grandpa's praise, but she was also thinking about her drawing. How will I draw this, Grandpa? She exclaimed and continued to tape paper bags to the carton she had picked up. Let's figure it out together, quipped Grandma, as she picked up the craft work that Samara had created. You are so creative. Do you remember what you did when your mama explained why you couldn't watch TV? I made a TV, Samara shouted and flung her arms in the air. Yes, replied Grandma. I hosted a cooking show, a gardening show, and a bedtime reading show on it called Samara. Now I need to think of only 2 more things to draw. Well, it is almost bedtime. Why don't you ask Papa to help you when he puts you to bed? Samara didn't want to sleep yet, but she wanted to hear what Papa would say. So she plodded to her room. Papa was pulling out some books from the shelves. Papa, today we don't have time to read. We have more important work to do. Samara started to put the books back on the shelf. Oh my, what is this important work? Asked Papa. I have to make a self-portrait for school. Can you tell me something you like about me? Okay, let me think, said Papa, closing his eyes. Samara was sure he had nodded off to sleep. Papa, wake up! She called out after a few seconds. Papa opened one eye and smiled. I love how you're always happy to lend a hand. For example, you helped me give the dogs medicine and cook yummy meals for Mama. Samara's smile stretched from cheek to cheek. She turned around, closed her eyes, and drifted off to sleep. The following day, she woke up early to finish her portrait and ran off to show it to Mama. Oh wow! So her list is ready. It says, she's a learner, she's kind, she's creative, helpful, and a recycler. This is super, Samara. Why did you make it on the newspaper? Because I love to find new ways to use old things. Do you remember how I used my old raincoat to dress up as a journalist and interview everyone? Mama chuckled. Of course I remember. I'm so proud of you, Samara, for this beautiful drawing and the person you have become. And now, you're also great at doing research. Yes, but don't ask me to include that in my portrait. I'm tired of drawing, said Samara and plonked herself on the sofa. You can put the other wonderful things about you in your next portrait, suggested Mama. Samara jumped to her feet. I have a better idea. Why don't we make a portrait of everyone in the family? I thought you were tired of drawing, Mama winked. Well, I will interview everyone and you can draw. Samara went off to put on her raincoat, fetch more newspapers and some crayons. Not now, Samara. It's time to get dressed for school, Mama said. And that's the story about Samara. Bye-bye.